Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series where I rank every episode of the original series from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 140 on my list, The Mind and the Matter, written by Rod Serling and directed by Buzz Kulik. This is a season 2 episode, and as always there will be episode spoilers. So this episode's about a man named Archibald, and he's talking to people and he gets more and more annoyed with them. So he finds a way by using his mind to make them disappear, leaving him alone. But of course, in typical Twilight Zone fashion, he figures out this might not be the best thing to do. So I think the premise of this one is okay. I have no real problem with it. But the problem is I don't think the episode really does enough with this premise. It doesn't do that many things that are interesting with it. Also, this is definitely played for laughs. This is definitely a comedy episode. And I think it's only funny in a couple of scenes, but a lot of the episode's just kind of bland and not really that funny. Shelley Berman, the lead actor, does an okay job. He does what he needs to do, but I think he needed a little bit more material to work with here. You know, like after he makes everyone disappear, there's this long scene of him by himself, like just in his office in a room. And, you know, there's just scenes of him walking around and he creates like an earthquake and thunderstorms. He sees himself talking to himself and, you know, things like that. But we've seen that done better in other episodes as well, as my opinion. None of that's that interesting. Like, this guy basically has a superpower, you could call it. And these are the best things he could come up to do with them. Like, I could think of a lot of more interesting ways the plot could go. And, you know, like then there is a scene toward the end of the episode I think is kind of funny where he talks to himself again and realizes that he should make more people, but they should all be versions of himself. And I thought this was kind of amusing, you know, seeing the different versions of himself. But it was kind of a brief scene. I thought it should have been a little longer. I thought this was more interesting than a lot of the scenes that kind of went on a little bit too long in my opinion, but this was kind of amusing. And then of course the lesson's pretty good. You know, once he sees this, he learns that he's kind of like everyone else. He can be kind of annoying at times and that maybe he's part of the issue. You know, it's a message you could see coming a mile away, but it's valid. It's a fair message. It's fine. But, you know, like, so this isn't a terrible episode. I can watch it. I don't really feel the need to skip over it or anything. But it's not an episode I'd put on all the time either. A lot of it's just kind of bland. But there are a few humorous moments in the episode. I just thought they could have basically done more with this premise. A lot of it is just this guy kind of walking around talking to himself. But overall, The Mind and the Matter comes in at 140. It's an okay episode of The Twilight Zone, in my opinion. As always, feel free to leave a comment on what you think of The Mind and the Matter. The next video will be number 139. And as always, thank you very much for watching.